What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $1.3 billion according to CoinGecko. Over 263,000 posts on X mention Cardano, ADA, or SNEK this week, according to Radar. Ali Martinez, technical analyst, says Cardano ADA could target $1 if it surpasses the 81-cent resistance. And I think it definitely will. And I think it will be very soon. Altcoin Daily says don't waste your time with people who criticize Cardano without understanding it. Right? Time is of the essence. It's the luxury. And trolls will be trolls. So that's pretty based. I agree with Altcoin Daily. Jake Gagain includes Cardano in his top altcoins to HODL in 2025. People know the power of the blue chip. Vintage season is coming. MoonPay partners with Mastercard to enable users and businesses to pay and be paid in stablecoins at over 150 million global locations via virtual Mastercards. It auto-converts the stablecoins to fiat. And this is enhancing their current Venmo integration, which was announced in October, which allows over 60 million US customers to buy Cardano directly through MoonPay. So we had that integration, allowing Venmo customers to buy ADA right through MoonPay, and now this on top, really augmenting everything, really harmonizing everything. This is fantastic, and we have the Genius Act right around the corner. Rosen Bridge advances closer to integrating Dogecoin cross-chain via Cardano, Ergo, Ethereum, and BNB. We've just kicked off Doge-specific tests, they say, with our cutting-edge multi-resource backend and performed a successful transfer from Dogecoin to Ergo. So we could see Dogecoin very soon on Rosen Bridge, which would be great. They've brought millions of dollars into the Cardano ecosystem. More checkpoints for users, always a good thing. Speaking of stablecoins, US Senate Majority Leader files cloture on the Genius Act for stablecoin legislation. In a nutshell, a vote is scheduled for Monday evening. So hopefully it gets passed. Hopefully, we'll see. Speaking of, Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson says we've been working closely with key lawmakers and much more closely with the legislative branch than the executive branch, but we do talk to both sides. We put recommendations into the Genius Act for international standardization. So this is so important, guys. There are contributions from Charles's team in the stablecoin bill. Senator Tim Scott, chairman of the banking committee, has made it clear that Charles is advising him. I'm really bullish, guys. I don't know how people can just get bearish from short-term price. You just got to zoom out, You got to zoom out. I'm super bullish on what's coming soon. Charles says Midnight works with Solana, Ethereum, Avalanche, Cardano, BNB, XRP, and so forth. Developers can extend their infrastructure and pay transaction fees with their underlying currency. I think we've made enormous progress. And an example he used was, think of developers. Imagine you're making a game. This is my example. But imagine you don't use DirectX or OpenGL or Vulkan. You just want to make your own from the ground up. Why, right? Midnight has spent so much time chiseling this perfection for privacy. And it's going to allow developers to just tap into it in a very easy way, given the multi-resource consensus, given that they can pay with their token. It's going to feel like an addition and an extension of their infrastructure instead of being competitive. So I think Midnight's going to be great for Cardano. Charles goes on to say Midnight solves the big problems through rational privacy and cooperative economics. It will change the industry. We can have real-world assets, supply chain, secure voting systems, healthcare record systems. I think that's big. And more financial nuance. So I think a lot of the boring utilities are actually super important, like medical records and secure voting systems. All that is very important. Charles says overall, the state of affairs is bullish. The market is bullish. We're just not quite where we need to be yet. There's probably 2 to 3 months of heartburn from macroeconomics like tariffs before we see the bull run cycle, usually lasting 6 to 12 months. So Charles is optimistic. He's thinking that that massive pump is coming around the corner. I agree. Input-Output Director of Software Architecture says, enough sweat, time to show the results. This is in response to Input-Output's post saying, we're enabling Bitcoin DeFi with unparalleled security and control with an exclusive event they're going to have May 27th in Las Vegas. So if you guys are in Las Vegas, there's probably going to be a lot of Bitcoin side events as well, in addition to the conference. Input-Output and Fairgate are expanding what's possible with Bitcoin DeFi, developing a trust minimized protocol to make Bitcoin assets, BTC, ordinals, any UTXOs, directly usable in DeFi, such as lending, NFT-collateralized loans, swaps, leverage trading, and more. So they're really taking it to the next level, and that's highlighted here, where their solution for Bitcoin DeFi features a unique security model and groundbreaking UPLC to RISC-V compiler. So this is going to allow expressive smart contracts in TypeScript, Haskell, or Icon to be run or verified on Bitcoin via BitVMX. So I'm very excited, guys. I think we're going to see something amazing. Very excited to see the demos. And speaking of amazing, guys, thank you guys for all the positive words, the support on YouTube, on X. Recently, we had the opportunity to meet Charles. He's amazing. He is a pioneer, incredible guy. And guys, I'm just super bullish. There's stuff I can't share with you guys right now. So I'll just say that I'm really bullish, and I was so happy to finally meet him in downtown Toronto the day before Consensus. So nothing but good things to say about Charles. Charles is just a Chad. Eric Trump says it's a race to the top to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. And we're seeing that. Later, we see Watcher Guru reporting JP Morgan says Bitcoin could outperform gold in the second half of this year. Even places like Russia's central bank reporting Bitcoin as the top performing investment in 2025. Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth fund discloses over $400 million investment just in BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF. So clearly it is. I think we're going to see a supply shock on the exchanges, and we're just going to see a ballistic Bitcoin and altcoin rally. So we have tons of Bitcoin purchases. Brazil as well, over $28 million, which is really nice. So we're holding pretty well, guys. We're holding pretty well. If we look at 24 hours, we're bouncing up pretty well. And like I said, it's good for us to just stay above that 0.7. But I do think that 51 cent was the local floor that we saw on April 7th. I don't think we're going back to those levels. I really don't. So ADA at 7.8, BTC 104. Everything looks really nice right now, guys. I think we're getting ready for a Giga Chad pump. I'm just so bullish. I think that we're going to see essentially what we will see, I think, is we will see QE. We will see it. It's going to be in a way that people won't expect. What many are anticipating, some highly respected professionals in the space are speculating that a lot of the foreign investment is kind of going to get taxed, if you will. And then that foreign investment in the US and whatnot, and when they kind of put their reserves in the US, is going to go into risk assets. And by it leaving, kind of governments are going to start buying the bonds and start printing the money. So we're going to see stuff left and right. Like, we're seeing the steps slowly. And to the retail person who's on the sidelines, they don't really see this. They just think, oh, Orange Man bad, like tariffs, this, that. But there's a slow methodological process going on right now for the money printer, for the QE. You know, behind the scenes, like the Fed and Jerome Powell and the president, they're shaking hands. They're drinking, they're having their champagne, they're having their time, you know, and we're witnessing right now, I think, a super influx of capital that will drive Bitcoin demand, that will drive altcoin demand. And the stablecoin legislation, the digital asset structure legislation, the Bitcoin Act, the 72 plus ETFs, Paul Atkins at the helm of the SEC, How can you be like bearish? I don't know. So if you guys are bearish, let me know the reason why. I'm not bearish. So I think you guys know that. I'm not bearish. Bitcoin dominance 63.1. Everything's looking good, guys. Everything's looking good. I think we're going to see a rally across the board. Gold, stocks, crypto. We're just going to see it all Giga Chad pump. So guys, I'm optimistic. A lot of great developments, especially I want to give a big shout out to Consensus for hosting an event that really exceeded my expectations. So superb event. Let me know what you guys are most excited about. I think it's great to hear from Charles about his predictions for the bull run. So I think this is definitely the highlight for me. And so guys, stay positive. Thank you for the support and the kind words. And smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.